Nigeria is an artificial invention created by British colonialists for their own convenience. A whole bunch of tribes and regions were squashed together under one roof, and ever since that happened, there have been endless, passionate debates about whether we should accept this deal the British forced on us, or whether we should all go our separate ways. And we don't even know how many ways that might be. We just go north and south, or 6 different geopolitical zones, or there's any number of permutations, right? That could lead to Nigeria disintegrating into 2 or more countries. Okay? Now, this debate has been ongoing. My own parents in the 1960s during the Civil War were staunch supporters of Biafra, and there are still people in southeast Nigeria who believe in Biafra. Then there are people in the north who are into Sharia law. They would like to live in a country that's completely governed by Islamic principles. And then there are people, Yorubas, who adherents of this whole Oduduwa Republic thing, who would like Yorubas to be in their own different country. I'm sure in the Middle Belt there are people who want a Middle Belt Republic, and certainly where I come from, in the oil-producing Niger Delta, there are people who will be delighted if we can have our own thing and cut out people who come from non-oil-producing areas to collect oil revenue and oil wells and all the rest of it. So for a whole bunch of economic, religious, and other reasons, there are quite a few Nigerians who would like to see Nigeria grind to a halt. A gentleman called Dixon Igwe is one of them. He's a regular viewer of my YouTube channel, and this is what he has to say in a message he sent me a few days ago. He said, "The various religions and regions in Nigeria are oil and water they will never make sustainably. The fact is Nigeria is and always was unsustainable. Why are we keeping the pretense that it is? Even the name Nigeria has become a curse word. No, it is time to balkanize Nigeria with each region going its own way and having its own army, police, force, and administration. Maybe adopting a very loose confederation. Anyway, Nigeria has failed. The present crisis is an opportunity to break up the toxic contraption." Now, of course, by the present crisis, he means all this talk about Christian genocide in the north, which is dividing opinion, generating a lot of tension, and particularly since President Trump decided to be on the side of the Christians. So what do you think? Is Dixon right, and all the other people, like my parents, who have tried to break away from the bigger picture? Or are the people who believe in unity despite all the problems right? There are advantages attached to belonging to a big country, just like there are advantages attached to coming from a small country. Smaller countries are easier to manage. Bigger countries can be much more powerful and important. So what do you think? I'd love to hear your opinions about this burning issue. Thank you for listening.